Israel and Saudi Arabia are on the same page in their opposition towards Iran. Israel's Justice Minister and Chief Peace Negotiator, Tzipi Livni, made a rare public linkage between the goals of the two countries, which long ago severed diplomatic ties.
When you hear the Saudis talking about what needs to be done in order to prevent Iran, I mean, it sounds familiar. I think that you can hear that Arabic sounds familiar to Hebrew when it comes to Iran.
Israel and Saudi Arabia share fears that Iran is developing atomic weapons, and both countries are concerned with the manner in which the U.S. is dealing with Iran and the charm offensive of the newly elected President Hassan Rouhani. Israel says it is prepared to stand alone to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear arsenal.
In order to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon, we need to cooperate with those understanding that Iran is a threat to them as well. But unfortunately, the open conflict between Israel and the Palestinians makes it impossible or very difficult for them to act with Israel against Iran. Because when it comes to the public opinion in their own state, Israel is still the enemy.
Recently, Saudi Arabia said the failure in granting Palestinians a state is one of the reasons it abandoned a seat on the United Nations Security Council.
But it is now very clear that the interest of the State of Israel, the moderates of the pragmatics in the region, are the same interests, and it's the same interest and the same needs to prevent Iran from having a nuclear weapon and to negotiate and to achieve peace agreement between Israel and the Palestinians.
Iran and its nuclear program topped the agenda in discussions this week between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry in Rome.